What's going on, guys? Back in the same PAX t-shirt. If you did see Throne Talk, check it out. Game of Thrones weekly talk show about the biggest plot points going forward. Star Wars Celebration took place last weekend, and with that we got a brand new trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Now I'm going to have snippets of the trailer. This is a trailer review, but it's also me asking questions about the film, because this trailer has raised more questions than any other Star Wars trailer or film to date. And let me explain. So firstly, I like the trailer. I think it's a good trailer. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The Force Awakens was A New Hope. The Last Jedi wasn't exactly like The Empire Strikes Back, but it put characters in the middle of a situation, didn't really resolve too much. And I feel like the rise of Skywalker is going to be like the Return of the Jedi, where it's going to round a lot of things out, but it's not really going to flesh out as much as we hope for. So that's obviously a huge assessment and a huge assumption going forward. This could totally answer and fulfill all our prayers and actually retcon some of the mistakes that The Last Jedi made. Talking about this trailer, there are a few things that I'd like, so I'll start on those. With the desert setting, obviously Rey's got some sort of slightly new outfit, and she's running from what seems to be Kylo Ren's starfighter as he's just trying to run her down. Now from the get-go, that little jump that she does over the ship is cool, but I also secretly like the fact that Kylo's actually gone back to the dark side. You see him actually patching his helmet back up, the one that he smashed in The Last Jedi. I sort of like the fact that he's given in to the dark side and he's actually chosen a side. What I didn't like about The Last Jedi was just that, the fact that he was meandering in and out. Was it genuine? Was he trying to play Rey? I just like having two sides straight out. It's easy to understand. And now we've got a villain that we can basically either get behind or root against. Obviously, we see all the supporting characters like Finn and Poe and C-3PO are back. It seems like a lot of these shots are taking place in the desert. Luke's voiceover is also accompanying all this trailer as well. So just having those characters back, I'm glad. I like those characters. They didn't have too much to do in The Last Jedi, which is also unfortunate, but I hope that they get more screen time here because I think that they have a lot more to offer. What follows next is a hodgepodge of different environments and different supporting characters that only really have a second of screen time. I did like the interaction between Rey and Princess Leia, obviously with the unfortunate passing of Carrie Fisher. I found it quite interesting that they're actually using unused footage from The Force Awakens to write around and actually include in this film. So it isn't going to be animated, and it is going to be a somewhat genuine performance from Carrie Fisher, which is kind of incredibly heartbreaking, but incredibly satisfying because they're not going the animated route. This trailer did a good job at actually giving you enough while not spoiling much, and I love it for that. A lot of the trailers have actually done just that, the Star Wars trailers, I mean. So going forward, it's really hard to say what I'm expecting from this film, but the big closer that I really wanted to touch on was the laugh. Emperor Palpatine is back in some capacity. It's not really clear if he's going to be some sort of Force ghost. It could be a vision. It could be a flashback that they could be just teasing us with. The trailer ends with the Death Star. Rey and the gang finding that huge chunk of the destroyed Death Star. While it's not really clear which Death Star that is, well, obviously Death Star that they destroyed in A New Hope, or the Death Star that was being rebuilt in The Return of the Jedi, I think that it will be the second Death Star because it has something to do with Palpatine. He was in that Death Star when it was destroyed, obviously when it was thrown down the huge well by Darth Vader. I mean, I know if you've seen, the bullshit Episode 3, the bullshit, what is it, the fucking bullshit of the Sith. There's an admittedly good scene where Palpatine's explaining to Anakin the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise, who could manipulate and essentially avoid death. Secrets were passed onto his apprentice, or that Darth Plagueis the Wise's apprentice, which seems to be obviously Palpatine. At that point in time, Palpatine's like, dude, you want to join me? I don't know, but let's find out together, which is what he says to Anakin. I'd like to see that fulfilled in some capacity. I'd like to sort of find out that maybe the Emperor had manipulated death at the end of episode 6, maybe in the form of Snoke. It'd be good. I mean, it's sort of like a catch-22 now, because if he does manipulate death and then entered the body of Snoke, or became Snoke, or Snoke's disfigured face was somehow the Emperor, it'd at least bring some validity to Snoke in The Last Jedi, because that was just a shit way to deal with a villain that wasn't really built up or dealt with in a satisfying way. So the fact that they're bringing the Emperor back, I'm hoping that it doesn't really tie to the original trilogy, because we already know how that's going to tie to the original trilogy, but I hope it ties to the events of The Last Jedi, which seem to deal with a shit villain, really, as much as we've gotten so far. If there's any rectification or retcons and actually filling in the gaps with the villain, I hope that it's something to do with that. But it's shit, because here I am already predicting it. I want it to be fooled, and I hope I am. I'm not discrediting the writers, because they might come up with a fantastic twist or a fantastic way to explain or bring validity to Snoke's appearance in The Last Jedi. So that's my main concern with this trailer. Apparently Rian Johnson's okay with J.J. Abrams rectifying Rey's lineage, so maybe she's the Skywalker. Maybe the Skywalker is a name that someone can adapt. I don't know, maybe it's a symbol of hope. Sort of hard to say. At this point in time, it seems to me like Rey is in fact that Skywalker, simply because if she's the brother of Kylo, then she's the daughter of Han Solo and Princess Leia, which makes her technically a Skywalker, so it makes sense. But the fact that I'm already guessing this, it's not giving me the substance that I really wanted. It's not giving me the mystery behind the name. I mean, obviously it's hard to speculate having not seen the film and just a simple trailer, but hey, what the hell, it was good nonetheless. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm down for it anyway. It's not like I'm not going to go watch it. I'll be there on day one. So that's it from me, guys. Just a general recap of the trailer, some talks and predictions and worries that I have with the film going forward. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like down below, comment if you got an opinion on the trailer, and click that subscribe button. And if you want to stay updated with all my content, click that bell button too. Thanks very much, guys. This has been Chunky. Thanks for stopping by my world, and I'll see you soon. Take care.